Keep going. It's so exciting.
I'm quiet. I get crazy wild excited on the set.
So you were saying that like you guys have been like doing all the fun things and you just need a class. Right. You're like, I just want water.
I just feel like stiff, my knees hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, thank you guys. Well, see, sometimes people come like running late because they're opening their store or something. Do you know if Letty's in town too somewhere?
She is. She's with her grandbabies.
Oh, nice.
Because I went by her shop yesterday looking for her, and the lady said, "Oh, she's on the beach with her kids."
Nice.
I don't think she's in this.
Okay.
Because of her grandbabies.
We'll start lying down. And then if you need a blanket or anything like behind your head, it's kind of nice. And we can have that for you just if you need it. It's kind of nice to just kind of lie back and ground yourself a bit. And then here's this blanket. So as you kind of settle into your spine and hips, shoulders, you kind of feel yourself with your legs straight or knees bent. And allow yourself to kind of move around and, like you kind of get the kinks out. All right, notice how we slept last night. And as you're here, begin to turn the palms up and kind of splay your fingers, and soften the palms of your hands. And splay your toes and soften the soles of your feet. And take a deep breath in and just release your breath, release the jaw. And notice the belly rise and fall with the Ujjayi breath. Right, that kind of sound breath at the base of your throat, your nostrils. As you inhale and exhale through the nose, as you start to let your belly rise and fall, just kind of notice how the body's breathing. See how your morning's been so far. As you feel the belly rise and fall with the breath, start to soften the weight of your eyes. And let your eyes get heavy in your head. Notice your cheeks relax. As you exhale, begin to soften the weight of your brow. And notice this release to your temples, your inner ear, the weight of your skull. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. Notice the belly get full. As you exhale, allow the belly to soften. Inhaling, notice the belly begins to rise, and then kind of feel the breath expand the heart just a bit. As you exhale, notice the heart soften, notice the belly draw down, relax. Inhale, as the belly begins to rise, notice the breath come into the heart, and then take the breath through your throat to the crown of the head. As you exhale, notice the weight of your shoulders, your spine, your hips. Inhale, full belly, bring the breath into the heart, to the crown of the head. As you exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 8. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the breath kind of small and long. Inhale. Exhale long. Inhale as the belly becomes full. The heart sits a bit taller in the chest. Take the breath to the crown of the head. And slight pause at the top of your breath. As you exhale. Slight pause at the top of your breath. Inhale. Slight pause at the top. Exhale. Pause at the bottom of the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, as the belly becomes full. Take the breath into your heart, to the crown of the head. At the top of your breath, inhale. Again, exhale long. Inhale, fullness to the belly, to the heart, to the crown of the head. Breathe in. Again. Exhale. last time as you inhale. Breathe in, and again, exhale long. As you inhale, draw the breath full. Take the breath to the crown of the head and hold. Soften your jaw. Exhale long. On your inhale, as you draw the breath full, hold the breath. Notice the light at your eyes and the shadow. Exhale long. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And one breath in, one breath out. And as you find a soft or tight breath, notice how the body feels. Notice the weight of the body against the floor. Feeling the earth support us in all of our endeavors. Notice how the air feels on your skin. And the space that you take up on your mat and in this room with each other. And as we find our breath this morning, as we come into our practice, we can kind of support each other with the strength of our breath. When you're ready, start to sway your fingers to the palms of your hands. And we'll bring the palms together and start to rub your palms and create heat. Wake up the body, wake up the nervous system. When you're ready, the left hand center is the right hand who sits on top. And in practice, the left side is the mother, the right side is the father. As we set our intention for practice today, we'll honor practice together. Set the intention in the heart. And we'll allow the heart to kind of guide our day today, guide our practice this morning. You kind of say to yourself, today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Draw the palms together, we'll take the thumbs to the brow, we'll connect the mind to the heart. acknowledge that the thoughts that we think and the words that we say are compassionate and loving and kind. It's not only words and thoughts for others, but more importantly for ourselves. The words that we say to ourselves, the thoughts that we think of ourselves, may they be compassionate and kind and loving. And may we hear them. Okay, so hands draw back to heart center. When you're ready, just take your time and reach through your arms and stretch through your legs. And just find the length of the body. And feel yourself circle your hands and circle your feet and wake up your wrists and your ankles. Good. When you're ready, we'll draw both knees into your belly and just kind of hug on your knees and adjust your pelvic bowl and feel the small of your back feel all right. Kind of arrange through your shoulders, notice the space between your shoulder blades. And then just take a deep breath in and release the jaw. Allow your belly to come through. You can add a bit of movement and rock from side to side if you choose. And as you have the knees into the belly, relax your jaw, kind of soften your eyes. Just the breath through the front of your throat. And as you have the knees into the belly, kind of pull your knees apart and separate through your legs. Start to kind of circle your knees around. In big circles, right? You can circle independently or together. Start to create a bit of warmth with your hips, back. Notice the point between the brows soften. As knees come back into the center, just kind of hugging your knees. Keep your right knee into your belly and just stretch your left leg to the front of the mat and let your left leg settle. Come into lying down wind moving. And kind of feel the small of your back feel okay, and through your shoulder blades. And notice the length through the back of your neck, and the breath in front of your throat. As you soften your jaw, as you soften your tongue, just inhale and exhale, and we'll begin with the belly, right? Work the gut a bit, and begin with digestion. Everything kind of sources from the intestines and how we digest. So allow the belly to kind of rise and fall against your thigh and give a bit of massage. And on your inhale, both feet reach to the edge of the mat. As you reach your arms above your head, interlace your hands from the palms up, stretch the length of your body. Right, watch your breath. And when you're ready, your left knee comes into the belly as you hug on your knee. And we'll just find wind moving on the opposite side. and adjust, right? Because left is different than the right side. Your shoulders settle, notice the breath in front of your throat, and then soften the weight of your eyes. Notice the belly rise and fall, massage against your thigh. Nice. Beautiful. As you inhale, both feet reach to the edge of the mat. Just gently reaching your arms above your head, interlace your hands, turn the palms up, stretch through the bottom. As you exhale, both hands come down by your sides as you bend your knees and kind of plant your feet. And then kind of tuck and kind of adjust the pelvic bowl and feel the smushy part of your back feel okay. Yeah. Feet feel all right, kind of hip width apart, and start to rock your knees from side to side. Just feel the weight of the lower half of the body roll through your hips, soft. It's a soft breath here. Allow your teeth to part. Okay, now knees come back to center. And as you're here, just kind of hug your right knee in and notice your left foot and the left hip. As you hang on to the back of your right knee, kind of extend the right leg to the sky and notice the hips and shoulders settle. Start to drain the leg. Circle the foot, point and flex. Sway your toes. When you're ready, kind of flex through your heel, point through your toes, just kind of work the ankle, Achilles, your calf. Exhaling as the knee comes into the belly once again. And then planting through your feet, hands just relax down by your sides. Start to rock your knees from side to side once again, and notice your shoulders kind of ground you, right? Your arms. And feel the weight of the body just kind of massage. Inhale, knees come back to center, and readjust your hips and shoulders. When you're ready, the left knee comes into the belly. Hang on to the back of your leg and notice the grounding, right side of the body, foot, your hip, your shoulder. And then extending the left foot to the sky. Good. Like you're yawning the leg, yeah. Circle the foot around, flex, point, breathe. As you hang on to the left leg, sway your toes and feel the leg just drain, point, flex, if that feels good. Deep breath in as you exhale, let the knee come into your belly once again, and then plant into both feet. Yeah. Now this time, kind of heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Adjust the pelvic bowl for the squishy part of your back, right? To your shoulder blades, and then with your knees wide, start to rock from side to side once again. And notice the soft breath as the weight of the body can roll back, forth. As you're here, I'm drawing the knees back to center, heel toe your feet, comfortable, like hip width apart. And then hug your knees into your belly and kind of notice how the spine feels. As you come into a twist, we'll kind of drop the feet off to the right, allow the weight of your legs to drop off to the right, and then just settle the lower half of the body. Ah. Notice how the exhale softens through the belly and releases the spine a bit. Soften your gaze, right? From the drishti, kind of soft to eye. And inhale, your head comes back to center, gently drawing your knees back in. Realign, right? Find your shoulders and your hips. As you hug your knees. And when you're ready, hang on to the backs of your legs and just gently stretch both feet to the sky. And you can bend your knees, widen your stance. You can add movement to the feet if that feels good. Leg strain, be curious all day long. Okay, and then deep breath in. As you exhale, both knees come into your belly as you kind of twist to the other side. So the weight of your feet, the weight of your legs drops to the left. Notice how the breath sounds with your nostrils, your eyes. Notice the breath with the heart. Inhale, the head comes back to center. Gently drawing your knees back in. Lean on your knees one more time. And as you're here, hang on to the backs of your legs. As you stretch both feet to the sky, you can keep the legs parallel. Again, you can widen your stance, you can bend your knees. You can also kind of draw your legs wide if you like. Hang on to the outside of your legs or kind of for the inside of your legs, right? You can find support. Add movement to the feet if that feels good. But notice your eyes relax. Jaw. Deep Breath in, and as the legs come back together, just exhale, your knees into your belly. And then just planting through your feet, right? Notice the pelvic bowl, adjust the small of your back. Arms come above your head this time, and as you just kind of rest your hands on the floor behind you, right? Soften through your elbows, soften through the palms of your hands, and again, rock your knees from side to side. Notice the way the body pulling a bit, stretching the sides, feeling the weight of your legs. Okay, so the knees come back to center. Just letting your hands come down by your sides. Take a deep breath in and just breathe out. Notice how the body feels just from a few postures. When you're ready, yourself kind of exhale and just roll to the right side and tuck yourself in a bit of like a fetal position. And take a moment. Good. Hands drop to the floor. So just gonna push yourself up and bring ourselves around. Come down to all fours. Good morning. And if you'd like, it's kind of nice to take a blanket underneath your knees. Your knees will flat on the floor. Just to start, we'll kind of feel the hands underneath the shoulders and the hips over the knees. And as you're here, the tops of the feet come to the floor, and then start to kind of round and find cat-cow and tuck, arch. Right? And feel yourself kind of gently moving through the spine again. Yeah. Notice how your exhale swishes into the belly. You can let the weight of the head drop. As you inhale, you can kind of open through the heart just a bit. Notice your shoulder blades. And as you kind of find a neutral spine, kind of feel your fingertips, the knuckles, base of your index finger and thumb, like this little squishy part between your thumb, knuckle, and the index finger. It helps to kind of strengthen your wrists, your forearms. Tucking your toes, right? Just lean back into your hips. Stretch with the arches of the feet. Floating over your wrist, coming off the weight of the feet, just lean back into your heels once again. Good. Yeah. And then slowly coming over your wrist once again to the feet to the floor. Now this time start to circle your hips around like you're drawing a circle on the wall behind you. And if you'd like, you can kind of bend into your elbows and kind of add the upper body, but just let yourself circle over the mat like you're moving the body like you're a lava lamp. Yeah. And as you're here, we'll find a neutral spine. Yeah. Now feel your hands, and it's just a soft downward facing dog as you tuck your toes. Push the floor away, lift your hips, use your feet, use your legs, use your arms, use your hands, and then just soften into down dog. Yeah. Split your fingers and start to kind of root down your hands, your toes, down your feet. Right, and movement through the legs, that feels good. And as you're here, kind of deep breath in, and as you exhale, kind of let the head drop, notice the heart soften, and roll through the head just gently, and find the drain. Yeah, notice your hands, notice your feet. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, your knees come down with control, and find child's pose, and just soften yourself down. Oh, right, let your belly come through your thighs. Take your elbows underneath you if you like. Take your arms to the edge of the mat, but just kind of feel yourself supported. And then here, breath through your nostrils, through your eyes. Yeah, release your jaw. Nice. Hands underneath you as you come back to all fours. And as you find the shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, from here, just find cat-cow and start to round arms. Okay. And as you find a neutral spine, notice you're kind of engaging the trunk of the body just so the body doesn't feel so heavy to hold over the floor. And then adjust your left hand just like one little step in toward the center. And then notice your right arm like you're kind of pulling the lawnmower cord. And as you kind of draw the elbow up toward the rib cage, start to kind of ground that left hand, reach the arm all the way up and then over, and then reach toward the front of your mat. Ground your hand, your fingertips if you'd like, and then sit back into your hips. And then your right hand comes underneath you to bring you back up. Notice the placement of the hands for alignment. You can kind of draw the right hand in just a little bit. When you're ready, engage the trunk of the body and we'll find that left side. So the elbow comes in, pulling the cord, reaching all the way up, right? Notice the rounding of the hand to the floor as you reach to your fingertips to the top of the mat, and then sit back into your hips. Just as deep as you'd like to go, yeah? When you're ready, hands underneath you as you draw yourself back. Position your left hand. Try the other side as the right begins to lift. Reach. Right, good. And as you sit back, it's kind of like how the cat finds the sunlight. The hand comes underneath you as you draw yourself back up. Position your right hand as the left elbow comes up. Right? And rotate the palm, rotate the shoulder as you bring the arm up and then around. Good. Good. Use your exhale to kind of sink into the hips. We'll try one last set. Notice that left kind of grounding on the left side. So you can kind of allow the shoulder to rotate. You can allow the chest to kind of twist just a bit through the abdomen. Good, you guys. And then here's that last single left. Nice, right? Isn't it kind of funny how you can see what side you carry everything on? And, how we slept. Okay, and then slowly, hands underneath you, we'll draw ourselves back up. So here's all fours, right? And feeling your shoulders, hips, your wrists, and your knees, and then cat-cow once again. Start to move. Create warmth through the vertebrae. And then slowly releasing as you come back to a neutral spine. So from here, just taking your right hand and you just tuck the hand under, and it's just the leverage of the floor, right? There's no weight on the right hand. Engage the trunk of the body so that you're not kind of drawing all the weight into the left. Okay? So you just tuck your hand under, yeah. You can lean back into your hips if you'd like. You can kind of stay over the wrist. But notice the top webbing of your hands and the thumb, your pinky, your knuckles. Okay, and then slowly releasing that hand as we adjust, center. And when you're ready, the left hand tucks under, and it's just the leverage of the floor to release the wrist joint. Choose if you want to lean back a bit, choose if you'd like to stay over your wrist. And then again, kind of notice the trunk of the body, kind of feel okay, right? So all the weight of the body isn't just on that hand to the floor. And then here's the webbing of the hand, the top, your thumb, just awareness. Yeah. And then slowly releasing, both hands come to the floor. Okay? Now as you're here, take your fingers and draw your thumb toward you, fingers facing toward each other. You can angle your hands as much as you'd like. It doesn't have to be like 90 degrees, right? You can kind of widen your stance so that your shoulders and your hands are the same width apart. Now splay your fingers, and it's as if you're kind of circling tree trunks, and your elbows are straight, but they're not locked. And you just kind of circle your arms. Notice the collapse for your shoulder blades. See if you can kind of push the floor away and create space. Yes. And then as you're circling, notice the fingertips and the arc that you kind of create from the pinky to the thumb to the pinky. Notice your knuckles. Okay. And slowly drawing yourself back to center. Now gently turn the hands forward once again. Okay? And then when you're ready, turn the hands out. So the thumb faces toward the front of the mat, the fingertips face out toward the side. Again, adjust so that your shoulders and your hands are the same kind of width apart, right? Shoulders are stacked. And then feeling your fingertips and your knuckles start to circle once again, and you're circling tree trunks, but the elbows are strong, not locked. Good. Nice to release the tendons, joints, forearm, wrist. Wake them up a little bit. Yeah. And slowly release as we come back to center. So turning your hands forward once again. So as you're here, your right hand will turn up. The thumb faces toward the front of the mat, and the fingers face toward the opposite hand. And begin to just make a fist. And then splay your fingers. Right? Notice the collapse of the spine. See if you can find a little bit of support through the spine, the trunk of the body. Make fists. Open. Fifth. Open. ready, we'll slowly release. And let that hand come down to the floor as you turn the other palm up. Squeeze and make fists. And open. Notice that right hand support you, the right side of the body, as well as the trunk of the body, your knees, your shins, and the tops of your feet. And slowly release. Okay, so from here, kind of widen through your knees, widen through your thighs, let the belly come through, and just soften yourself down. Again, yourself kind of breathe out. Notice the weight of the body, just deflate the breath. And then feel your back ribs rise and fall. Notice the weight of the heart. If you'd like, if it feels good, you can kind of take the brow to the floor and just roll your head gently and massage the brow. Kind of release tension to your eyes, jaw. Hands are underneath you. We'll slowly draw ourselves up to all fours once again as we inhale. So as you're here, it's like a broken record, right? Flying cat-cow as we begin to round. Arch. And notice how the hands feel just from kind of releasing the wrist joint a bit, kind of working the palms. Notice your knuckles, fingertips. When you're ready, find neutral spine, and we're just softly stretching like a downward facing. So tuck your toes, push the floor away, and just soften yourself back. Good. Nice, you got it. One knee in, then the other. Release yourself from being on the knees. Straightening through the legs, feel your hands, feel your fingers, and notice your toes, right? And then kind of inhaling, lift the heels as high as the go and just push the floor forward, and your head drop, your heart can soften, and just lift the hips to the sky. As you exhale, soften, downward facing once again, kind of readjust. Right, use your hands. Legs. As you inhale, lift the toes and lift your heels, push the floor forward. You can even bend your knees if you'd like, because it's more about releasing the spine, right? As you exhale, soften into down dog. That feels good. It's kind of nice if you only have like 3 minutes in your day. Down dog is just the best thing to do. It stretches every single muscle in the body at the same time. It's sweet relief, right? One last time, you can feel your hands. Lift your heels, draw the hips high, and push the floor forward, and notice your heart will soften. Crown the head. Deep breath in. As you exhale, use your exhale to control the weight of your body down. As you come down to all fours. Good, guys. Now as you're here, kind of notice your hands underneath, right? You can find alignment through your hips and knees. When you're ready, here's the right elbow coming up once again as you rotate. Notice the left hand ground you as you reach the arm. Find the ceiling. Exhale and begin to twist and thread the arm through, and we're coming threading the needle on this right side. apart, yeah. And adjust your shoulders so that your left arm feels okay, left elbow feels okay. Counterbalance between your hips and your shoulders, so all the weight of the body is kind of constricting the breath of your throat and your eyes. Inhale to slowly unthread the arm. Force once again, readjust. When you're ready, we'll feel the hands supporting us. And here's your left arm. Elbow comes into the body. And rotate the arm up. You can see it. As you exhale, thread the arm through. Try and thread the middle on the opposite side of the legs. Alright, notice how each side is different. Take your time. Good.
Taking that with me.
Whenever you're ready, we'll inhale, kind of unthread the arm. Realign as you find on fours. And again, cat-cow. And slowly release into neutral spine as you tuck your toes, push the floor away. Here's downward facing. Wow. As you're here, bicycle your legs, bend your knees, move through the legs just a bit. As you come back to neutral spine and downward facing, feel yourself find the hands and feet. Just like before, on your inhale, lift your heels as high as they'll go, kind of push the floor forward, draw your hips high, and then tuck your knees into your belly like you're crouching over the floor and gaze forward toward your hands, like you're just going to shoot off your mat. And then straighten through your legs. Take your time as you rise and kind of lift through your heels, push the floor forward, notice the kind of length you can create in your spine. And then as you exhale, tuck your knees into your belly, As you gaze forward, push the floor forward, right? It's strength through the midline of the body. And slowly releasing. One last time, as you inhale, lift through your heels, draw the hips high, push the floor forward. Tuck your knees into your belly, good. Gaze forward, and slowly release. Now as you're here, kind of forward, bend your knees, and start to walk your feet toward your hands. You can widen your stance a bit. Lift your toes, root them down, feel your heels. And then just bend your knees and kind of take the kind of whole entire body over your legs and ground your hands. Feel your head just drop. Right? Knees are bent, hands are grounded, so you sway from side to side and notice yourself kind of push into one heel, push into one leg, and lean into one hip, lean into the other. And find your breath and release your eyes. Nice. From here, feel your feet and notice both heels and ground to kind of points of gravity. Notice the big toe side, pinky toe edge. Hands come to your heart and then pushing through your feet. Kind of wake up your shins and your calves, your legs, and roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace your hands, turn the palms up, stretch the length of the body, and then again, notice your feet, your heels, your legs, heart. And as you exhale, just hinge from your hips, as you release your hands, feel your knees bend, feel the belly come over your thighs, and ground your hands. Just breathe out. Right. Now from here, walk your hands out just one little step to the front of the mat, and then push and lean into your hands, and push and rock back into your feet. Lean into your hands, and rock back to your feet, and notice the weight shift from your hands to your feet. Feel your palms. You can bend your knees, right? You can just be like a sack of potatoes, just kind of rocking forward and back. But notice kind of you can feel your heels, your toes. You can feel your palms, your fingers. Yeah. And when you're ready, let the feet kind of find the weight and walking your hands back underneath you. Now, if you'd like, take your hands to your shins, come to Ardha Uttanasana. Half looking forward, bend the knees. They're kind of strong, but they're not locked. But draw the crown of the head forward. You can wag your tail after that. And just kind of lengthen and draw the heart long over your legs. As you exhale, let yourself soften. Yeah. So knees can be bent here. You can have straight legs, but just kind of ease into how the hamstrings feel. Hang on to opposite elbows and just make a square over your head. Let your head just drop and release the weight of your eyes and your jaw. That movement and sway from side to side. You just sit still. You know how your back feels, not lazy. Okay. So releasing your hands come to heart center. Now push through your feet. Notice your heels. Notice your legs move out. Inhale, heart rise. Again, interlace your hands. Exhale, release. Just reach the arms. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. And then your left hand. Right thumb. Exhale. Lift up. Right hand, opposite thumb. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. And last time. Just going to find the front of the mount. Need some space for yourself. And as you're here, just find Tadasana, right? Find mountain pose and feel your feet. Right, notice your toes, big toe sides, toe edge, heels. And drawing fingertips down toward the floor, toward the earth. Notice the front of the head and heart. And kind of see how the low back feels. If you like, kind of adjust the pelvic bowl and allow the spine to move just a bit. Breath to solar plexus, breath apart in your eyes. Just see how it feels again. You're ready, hands in the heart. Notice your heart with your eyes and your thumbs. Inhale, reach your arms up. And just feel the thing in the body. Exhale, hinge from your hips. You can bend your knees, you can keep the legs straight but softened. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. You can take your hands to your shins if you want. Wag your tail just a bit. And as you exhale, plant your hands and step into downward facing. Good. Use the breath. So as you're here, feel your hands and your feet, and you push through your feet, right? You float over your hands. Here's plank. And if you like, 8-point touch or chaturanga, but gaze forward. Now inhale, push through your arms, lift, upward facing dog. Your shoulders over your wrists, right? As you exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing, breathe out. And find your breath. You can always find child's pose here, right? Just one of those steps or not. So, this is great. You just caught like you're so strong. Hold yourself like spider. You can even bend your knees because it's more just releasing your back. Okay. When you're ready, gaze forward, bend your knees, and just walk your feet towards your hands. Standing forward bend. Half lift, find the breath. Inhale. And exhale, and soften. Press through your feet. Right? Lift yourself all the way up. Hands come heart center, so sleep. Breathe, right? Notice breath and calm the heart. Ready? Inhale. So reach your arms up. Exhale. Fold. Hands come to your shins or the floor. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, plant your hands, bend your knees, step into downward facing once again. Good. Now, you can even widen your stance. That feels nice. And we'll see how your back feels today. It's different than it was yesterday. You notice your breath. Getting all of it off of you. Good. If you like, just go pain release. Okay. Good. It's kind of nice just to release your back a bit. Feel that off. Good. When you're ready, kind of feel yourself float into plank pose. Notice your shoulders over your wrists, right? Engage the trunk of the body. You can drop to the knees. You can always find chaturanga, but gaze forward. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, tip your toes. Downward facing. Ah. Nice for this part. Okay. Gaze forward as you bend your knees. Your feet toward your hands. Lift as you inhale. Exhale. Press into your feet. Use your legs as you lift all the way up. Easy to down. This part rise to your lungs, legs. Allow the breath to calm down. Right, so breathe as you can. So one more. As we draw ourselves into our last little bit of Surya Namaskar. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, downward facing. Pushing through the feet to find plank. Notice the pelvic bowl, right? Your hips, shoulders over ribs. And then as you exhale down, let yourself drop the knees if you choose, right? Push, find upward facing. Now engage the trunk of the body and find downward facing dog. It's kind of nice to protect your low back as you push through up dog and down dog. Just the breath around you. Right, notice the sound of the breath calm. Right, now as you inhale, gaze forward, take the feet towards your hands. As you walk your feet toward your hands, we'll inhale, half lift. Exhale, full. Push through your feet, push through your legs. As you lift yourself up. That's all we are. Stronger than me. Hands down by your sides. Feel your feet on the body is soft, arms are soft, just twist. If you want, you can let the arms hit the body. I took right in used to be on this job. Now as you come forward, is it not pushing so much, but just kind of drawing yourself forward and let the arms hit your abdomen in front of the body. Slowly release. So as we find blocks, right, you'll take your blocks behind you And then kind of see like hip width apart. Where the blocks go. Yeah. See if that feels good. Heels in the center of the block. Okay. So as you're here, kind of find a kind of standing forward bend. Feel your hands, right? Walk your hands out a little bit and how we were kind of shifting our weight into the hands and shifting our weight into the feet. Shift your weight into your hands and then begin to step on the blocks and let your legs go taller. And then walk yourself out and find that kind of position for down dog. And just notice how it feels. So first just kind of get cozy, being on the floor and folded, right? And when you're ready, kind of step onto the block. It feels weird, it's like you're putting on high heels and they're really high. But allow yourself to kind of be in the center of the block. You can kind of have the toes come off a bit, or you just want to be in the center of the block. And then walk your hands out to where you feel the place of down dog. And you have longer legs. How's that for your back? Isn't it so nice? Good. Beautiful, babe. Good. Good. And kind of stay here for a bit and see how it feels. Nice. Isn't it cool to see, like, if you were just like 3 inches taller?
Oh my gosh, or maybe 5, 6, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Okay. When you're ready, just gonna take a deep breath in, bend your knees, step your feet off the block carefully, right? And then bending into your knees, walk your feet back toward your hands. Okay? So as you have your hands kind of close to your toes, bend your knees and kind of lean into one hip and sway and lean into the other. Lean into one hip and sway and lean into the other. Okay. So then kind of feeling your feet, engaging the belly, hands from the heart, push into your legs, push into your feet, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach yourself up. And release your hands, turn the palms up, here's the length of your body. And then from here, just kind of tilt to one side, the other. Switch, switch. Yeah. And as you exhale, release your arms. Feel your feet once again, hinge from your hips, fold yourself down. Shift yourself, find the weight into your hands, and again, step onto the blocks. Everybody's good? Feel yourself kind of grounded on the blocks, not too far forward, not too far back. Your fingers and your hands ground, right? As you're here, kind of ground your left leg, and just lift your right leg to the side and see how that feels. Got it. You're taller. Right? Your vertebrae is just like then engage your solar foot, that's in space. Your body can hang on to the leg. Breathe, yeah. Deep breath in and just exhale. Foot come back to the block, recenter. Take a breath if you need to, help towards if you need. If you like, we'll drive the right foot, left foot. Shift and you're ready to talk. Okay? Breathe as you can engage the sole of the foot. And you're bringing on to the leg. Nice. Notice what has to kind of wake up in order to engage. Yes, as you exhale, both feet come back down. Breathe. Bend your knees, put yourself onto the floor, come off the wall. Right? You can widen through your stance if you'd like. Start to walk your hands back toward your toes. And as you're over your legs, it's like you're just gonna throw clothes over a chair, right? Sway from side to side, lean into your hips, push through each foot, push through each heel. And slowly coming back to center, kind of feel your feet, you can feel toes, so you feel a little bit more stable. Hands into the heart. As you push, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach yourself up. Exhale, roll that. Inhale, reach yourself up. Roll it out. That's all one more time. Inhale. As you exhale, put your hands come down by your sides. We'll draw the hands behind us. Just interlace your hands behind. You can also hang on to kind of opposite elbows, opposite forearms. And then start to kind of curl your shoulders down your back. Notice your feet feel okay. A bit apart, feels good or wider. And then as you're kind of opening to the front of the body, hard in the chest, notice the small in the back if you're having a little bit of crunching through the spine. And just manipulate the pelvic so it feels okay for your rib cage, breath, notice the throat. And then as you're here, feel the point of gravity, the big toe sides of your feet, both heels, and notice that kind of squishy muscle behind your ankle kind of wake up, calves, legs. And then kind of gazing tall, lift the sternum, lift the heart. As you exhale, fold, and you can keep the hands behind you if you'd like, and just let the weight of the head relax. Notice your throat go long, the shoulders aren't kind of crowding. And your knees are strong, but they're not locked. Right? And then soften your gaze, soften your jaw. Okay, now pushing into your feet, keeping your hands behind you, push into your legs, lead with your heart, lift yourself all the way up. Right, release your arms, reach. And as you exhale, bring the hands behind you once again. You can find opposite elbows. You can also find reverse namaste, just seeing how the wrists feel. Notice your feet and heels, manipulate the pelvic bowl, and find kind of tall breath. It can travel easily, right? The spine feels okay. Inhale, begin to lengthen. Take your drishti tall. Notice the heart grow tall. Engage your glutes, engage the front of the body. And as you exhale, begin to fold. Keeping your hands behind you, the crown of the head drop. And as you're folded forward, notice the weight of the body kind of shift, right? Being upright, fold it over, upside down. Yeah, the knees are strong, they're not locked. As you kind of fold over your legs, feel your heels engage a bit more. Notice the soles of your feet, the big toe slide, the pinky toe edge. Draw a length, your belly over your thighs, breathing into the backs of your legs. Good. As you keep your hands behind you, press into your feet, engage the trunk of the body, use your legs. Lift yourself all the way up. Nice. As you release your hands, palms up, stretch. And then turning the palms toward you, bend through your elbows, hold your feet all kind of round to your back and just soften. And inhale and reach yourself up and stand. And release your hands. Round. And one last time, as you inhale, lift yourself up. Interlace your hands, turn your palms up. Exhale, palm you, reachable. So slowly coming back up. We'll find our blocks. And we'll take our blocks to the front of the mat. Yeah. And then just kind of letting yourself come down to all fours. Or you can take your thumbs and your pinky to, opposite sides. You can just have your hands on top of the blocks. Here is okay, but it kind of adds a little bit of uncomfortability to the wrist. So the blocks are like shoulder width apart. You can kind of feel your knees, and your arms are longer now, right? So adjust as your torso goes tall. And when you're ready, find cat-cow and push the floor away, and just notice the crown of the head releasing, your spine, as you round, you arch. You can kind of push the floor away, create space between your shoulder blades, head drop. Okay. When you're ready, we'll find a neutral spine, and as you're here, excuse me, fog in my throat, kind of widen through your knees and thighs, and let your forearms and elbows come down to the blocks. And then just sitting back into your hips, and you can kind of slide the blocks, you can kind of slide the arms, feel yourself supported with your triceps and your elbows, and then just gently start to let the heart kind of soften, and it feels good. You can feel the weight of the head kind of soften. Right? If it's too much with the blocks, just kind of blocks away, and we'll come down to the floor. So your jaw relax. Release the weight of your eyes and your brow. And as you're here, kind of gaze forward, and we'll walk the arms out so that we have support with our triceps, just a little longer on the blocks. Take the palms together as you bend your elbows, your fingers go skyward. And adjust. You can slide the blocks, you can kind of slide your arms, but the hands can kind of rest on the nape of your neck, back of your head. And notice the breath of your chest. It's like your rib cage is kind of breathing like an accordion. As you inhale, gently start to release your arms. Slowly taking your hands off the block and pushing yourself back up. Walk them off to the side. And then kind of walking your knees back, right? Drawing your arms down, and then just gently let yourself come down to the floor. And just kind of feeling your elbows underneath you for support. Tuck your toes and kind of lift your thighs and set your hips, right? Set your legs so that it doesn't feel like it's so crunching for your low back. So as you have your arms here, you can kind of take your forehead center, you can turn your head to the side, but tuck your toes and just start to rock your heels from side to side. And relax your jaw as you're here. Heels come back to center. When you're ready, bend your knees, kind of adjust your thighs to the right, flex through your heels, and take your feet toward the sky. Forehead to the center, you can turn your head to the side, whatever feels okay for your neck. Start to rock your feet from side to side, like we're doing like reverse windshield wipers. It's kind of nice massage from your hips, belly, legs. And feet come back to center. Gently letting your legs come back down. Now, kind of feel yourself adjust your legs, the tops of your feet to the floor. And then when you're ready, hands come underneath you. Your thumbs kind of align with your armpits. And then tucking your tailbone just a bit so that you feel comfortable with your low back and support your spine. Push yourself back. Go wide through your thighs, and you can stay on your elbows. You can have arms extended, but allow yourself to kind of sway from side to side. Swaying is nurturing. Okay. Hands come underneath us as we draw ourselves up. And then again, kind of feeling your legs support you, your knees underneath you. Walk yourself down to the belly once again. Support yourself coming down. Come on to your elbows. From here, just draw your right knee up into your belly like you're sleeping. Your belly, right? Sometimes it's nice. Then you make a little kickstand with your right arm, threading the left arm through like we did threading a needle, and take your arm all the way through to the shoulder. Get stuff out of the way, yeah, if you need to. And then from here, just kind of using your right hand and kind of push and roll onto that left side, keeping your knee tucked, and just start to kind of roll all the way, uncurl yourself. Yeah, it's a big kind of twist for your spine, so see how you feel. Right, you can kind of adjust. The more you tuck your knee, it kind of gives a different kind of awareness of your back and your hips. Yeah. Make yourself comfy. Your kind of arm that's extended, you can have it on your body, you can take it down to the floor, whatever feels okay for your shoulder, you know. See how your back feels. Notice your inhale, draw a bit more expansion. Exhale, just softens into the twist. back in. Carefully taking the leg behind you as you roll onto your belly. Take your time with your back. Right? Feel the tops of the feet to the floor. Hands come underneath you as the shoulders and thumbs kind of line up. Tuck your tailbone just a bit. Push. Notice your legs. Notice your hands. Support the trunk of the body. And again, find child's pose. You can stay kind of still. You can sway from side to side if you'd like. Okay, we just have one more side to do. So hands come underneath your shoulders. You walk yourself up and then take yourself down to the floor just comfortably. When you're ready, let yourself kind of come onto your elbows as you tuck that left knee in. You're sleeping on your belly. Right? One side's different, yeah. And as you're here, you can kind of kick the knee out to the side, right? You can flex through the heel if that feels okay. Your left hand makes a bit of a kickstand, and then just kind of threading right on through. Now drawing all the way to the shoulder, and then allow yourself to kind of roll onto the side body, the shoulder, and you just kind of start to uncurl. Funny how each side is different, yeah? Inhale. Head come back to center. Gently drawing yourselves to the belly. Take your time as you unravel yourself. Stretch your leg behind you. And as you come to the floor, let your arms soften, turn your head to the side. And just breathe out. Forehead comes center as you draw the thumbs underneath you, tops of your feet. Slightly tuck the tailbone, but engage the trunk of the body so that you push yourself back comfortably. And one last time, there's that kind of soft child's pose. Wow. Feels good. Roll your brow a bit. So, bring yourself come back to center. We'll take the hands underneath us and just bring your feet around and come to a comfortable seat position. As you kind of feel yourself sitting comfortably, pull the muscle up from underneath you. Ground your sit bones. And just taking your hands to your legs or the lap. Deep breath in. Just release your jaw. And notice how the body feels just sitting. Maybe we found some kind of heaviness in the body, nice grounding energy. When you're ready, we'll take the hands to your knees and just start to circle yourself around. Draw energy up your spine. You can use your kind of leverage of your hands to push yourself through, pull yourself around. We'll allow all this to kind of draw up the spine. Slowly drawing yourself back to center. If you release your hands, inhale, reach your arms up. Clear it out. Inhale, lift. Clear all that out. One last time. Again, hands come to your lap or to your legs. Notice the strain, pulling the crown of the head to the sky, your head over your heart, over your hips. As you inhale, begin to lengthen. As you exhale, let the chin come down to your chest. Start to release the weight of your jaw. Notice the breath at your nostrils. When you're ready, just roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Left ear to the left. To the right. Left. As you roll to the right, start to circle your head all the way around. Be mindful of your neck. Chin comes down to the chest once again. Circle the opposite way. Take your time. And slowly drawing the chin to the chest once again. And sit tall, right? Let your shoulders fall away. And just release the weight of your head. Soften the point between your brows. tall, open your throat. Just ease into the length of your neck. As you exhale, just down to your chest. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, to the chest. Inhale, open. As you exhale, to relax. As you inhale, draw the crown of the head tall. Notice kind of the head or the heart, the hips. The string we're kind of pulling the crown of the head tall. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. And if you'd like, you can take your left hand, kind of palm facing up as it wraps behind you. It just kind of gives a little bit more breath to your shoulder and collarbone. It's optional. Inhaling as you draw your head back to center, releasing your arm. Draw length, right? Pull yourself kind of tall through the heart, through the crown of the head, and then your left ear to the left shoulder. And again, you can just stay here with the weight of the head. You can also wrap your hand behind you, palm facing open if you choose. As you inhale, let yourself come back to center as the head draws tall. Letting your hand come to your leg once again, sitting tall in a circle. Let ourselves come back to center. So just taking your knees in and kind of releasing your back. Right? Find space behind us as we draw ourselves to the front of the mat. And it's a bit of a seated cat-cow, right? You can hang on to your legs, inhale and lift, exhale and round. Just going to move the spine from sitting. And when you feel ready, start to roll yourself all the way down to the floor and just love the floor. And adjust your hips so the small of the back feels okay. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, take both knees into your belly and hug on the knees, kind of rock from side to side, around a bit. And then come into a bit of a twist as you hug on your knees, allow your legs and your feet kind of drop off to the right, and just release the lower half of your body. You'll notice the difference, twist from the beginning of our practice and now. You kind of pull on one knee and straighten one or both legs to the side wall if you choose. Notice the heart soften. drawing your knees back in as you go on to your side and hug your knees into your belly. Down. And then take your twist to the other side as both knees and feet drop off to the left. Weight of your legs. And as you allow your jaw to relax, begin to kind of soften the point between your brow. Notice your shoulders, breath through your throat and your heart. You can stay here with your knees or choose if you'd like to extend your legs out to the side wall. Inhale, we'll let the head come back to center, draw your knees back in, hug on ourselves. When you're ready, prepare for Shavasana. You can choose to lie on your back, you can lie on your side or your belly, legs straight or knees bent. We'll come into our final posture. Feel okay? Okay. Oh, for Shavasana, you can lie back. Anna likes to put her head in the kind of rope wall. You can try it too. It's really nice for your neck. Kind of tracks through your spine. You can also just lie back or on your side if you like. Yeah. So last posture, we just kind of allow ourselves to rest. And everything that we've done, everything that we've kind of moved around and created, you just allow it to kind of absorb into the body, your organs kind of settle back into place in your body. And you kind of just feel the weight of the body just feel supported by the earth. And just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Turn the palms up so we receive energy as we rest. Soften the weight of your eyes. as the belly begins to rise and fall. Relax the point between the brow. Feel this release to your temples, your inner ear, weight of your skull. Simply let your breath kind of breathe your body. Right side. The fetal position. Thank you so much. So low.